Welcome to a... Hello everybody, today we're going to be covering the exciting topic of animation in Blender. We are going to begin with our default cube. The first step to animating is hitting the I key. This brings up a menu. This is the insert keyframe menu. We have lots of options here. The option we're going to select today is the lock-rot scale. The lock-rot scale stands for location, rotation, and scale. This will insert a keyframe for the location, rotation, and scale. Now, we want to move ahead 20 frames on a timeline. We can do that by either using the arrow keys, left and right arrow keys, to move forward or backwards one frame, or by dragging the green bar, or by typing a value into this box here. Now we will want to hit GZ5, which will move the cube up 5 Blender units, RZ45, and S2. I'll scale it to twice its size. Hit I and select lock-rot scale. Now, when we hit Alt-A to play back our animation, our cube grows, rotates, and moves up. This is because of the keyframes. The keyframes work by interpolation. Interpolation works when the computer takes the value that's traveled for the z-axis movement, it would be 5, and divides that number by the amount of frames and moves it by that value per frame. This is very nice and automated, but it is not evenly dividing it. This is because of the curves, which I will show you now. Move over to the graph editor by clicking here and going up to graph editor. Here we have lots of options. As you may have noticed, I'm just toggling off all the transforms except for the Z location. There's this curve here. This is the interpolation curve. Basically how it works is along this curve is where the value is at. So this way, left to right is time and up and down is value. So in this case, along the time we're at frame 10 now. And if we move this up to where it intersects with this blue line, this is the value of transform. In this case, it's around 2.2 approximately of our cube at this point in time, which is 10 frames into the animation. But here, it kind of goes slow, fast, and then slow. You can edit the curve by using these handles. To make it divided evenly, hit A, use the A key. You want to toggle all of these back on to make sure you're transforming them. And then use the V key and take vector. Vector will make it divided evenly and create these straight curves. Almost everything was straight. There we go. Now, if we go back into the 3D view and we look at our cube, between frame 1 and frame 2, it moves a roughly 0.25, which is the value calculated. For some reason, it's not precise. I'm not sure why that is. That could be for various reasons, but it works and nobody is going to notice it when you render it out. There's other things other than location, rotation, and scale that you can animate in Blender. For example, if we go to the Materials tab, we can animate the transparency. Click the transparency option and move using Shift left arrow to the beginning of the timeline. You can also move between keyframes by using the up and down arrows. Move to the first keyframe. Set the alpha at 0 and hit the I key. Now it is keyed. A keyed value turns yellow on that frame. Between keyframes it is green. Now move to frame 20 and turn it all the way up and hit I. Now it moves between the frames, and as the animation goes on, it gets more and more solid. Now you may want to render out your animation. To do so, click here on the Render tab, select the format that you want it as. I would not recommend a whole bunch of PNGs because that will fill up your hard disk. So I chose a video file. Choose your output file, make it your resolution you want. There's some resolution presets, and you can also type it in here. And then to finally render the animation out, you can click this button or hit Ctrl F12, and then your animation will render out. Alright, that is it. Thank you so much for watching.